Willie D live.
What's up, family? Back with some news you can use. I got an update on the war for y'all, fam. Donald Trump, your president. Whoo, boy, he been having a hell of a 2 weeks, man. His last 2 weeks has been hell on wheels. What has the demander and thief done now? Well, fam, the dude went on an emotional temper tantrum because he was upset that a U.S. fighter jet had gotten downed. Yeah, got downed by Iran, right? Now, remember, the United States is supposed to be the biggest and the baddest military on the planet. Nobody can touch us. And Iran is supposed to be done. Their military is supposed to be wiped out, according to Donald Trump. But for some reason, Iran continues to find targets and destroy them. So we have here Donald Trump, 79, reportedly threw such a tantrum during a front rescue operation in Iran that his aides banished him from the room as they were briefed. Senior administration officials told Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal that the commander-in-chief went into a frenzied state upon learning 2 airmen were missing when their fighter jet was downed in Iran. His hours-long tirade became such a hindrance that aides barred him from the room handling the crisis, opting instead to brief him at intervals, officials revealed to the Journal. Now, here's what's going on, fam. The reason why it was so hot is because of this right here, this 1979 Iran hostage crisis. Before they went missing, the airmen, the president was already fixated on avoiding a repeat of the 79 Iran hostage crisis and the failed rescue mission under former President Jimmy Carter that helped sink his re-election bid. So Trump is doing everything that he can to hold on to certain election powers. He is connecting this Iran hostage crisis situation, whereas if these guys would not have been found, he think that could be the nail in the coffin for his to hold on to the midterms, and possibly bully his way into a 3rd term. Yeah, fam. So he was trying to avoid that hostage situation, and those 2 missing airmen were eventually found. They were rescued, and that's what the Iran crisis of 79, hostage crisis of 79 looked like. If you can recall, there were some Black people that were also held hostage, but the Ayatollah allowed them to leave. Yeah, they set them free, put them on planes, let them go back home. Hell, they probably should have stayed, considering that Iran gave them more freedom than they ever could receive in America. I know some of y'all didn't like that, but I had to say it. That's right, I said it. Why did he let the Blacks go? Because he knew that the Blacks didn't have nothing to do with the power structure in the United States. He knew that the Blacks was not calling the shots in the United States. He knew that the Blacks were not responsible for the sanctions, but they were doing the bidding of those who were calling the shots. And that's why they were captured in the first place. Moving on. So is anybody surprised that Donald Trump was not allowed into that room where, the big boys were discussing what should be done? Like, they said he was going crazy. They said he was in that room just going crazy, going off on the aides, just losing it. For hours, they say he was going crazy. And they finally had to kick him out of the room. Somebody had to make a call and say, yo, man, you go over there because we can't get nothing done with you tripping like this. We need you out of the room. So he got kicked out of the room now. Whoever kicked them out of the room, if they indeed like kicked them out the room, kicked them out of the room, they're gonna be fired. They will be fired. I don't think it went all the way like that. I think it was more like, Mr. President, because they be kissing his ass, man. They be kissing his, scared of him too. So I think it's probably more like, Mr. President, yeah, I know you're upset. You're too upset, right? Can you just let me handle it? Like, let us deal with this right now. And and he's like, you better do something. You better do something. You better do something. Trump is going to get everybody killed, fam. He really thinks that this is a game of GTA. You ain't blowing no whole damn country off the map. He told Iran this morning that he was going to blow them all the way off the map if they don't accept the deal. Let me let you in on a little secret. Iran is not going to accept the deal. They're not accepting the deal. It's not a good deal for them. It's not even a remotely good deal for them. It's a bad idea. This is exhausting. This is absolutely exhausting. The dude that made, I don't know how many threats. Well, I know. I got a ballpark figure over the last 15 years, 74 threats. The White House has counted. This is his administration count. At least, so that means they're lying. So you probably can times that by 3, at least. What is that? That's 210. What is it? What is it? 22? 220? It's like 22, 22, something like that. I can't. Anyway, fam, that's a lot of threats. Put it like that. That's a lot of threats. I think it's 222. But a lot of threats in any event. Only an evil madman would destroy his own country for vengeance. He is destroying what's left of America, all because of his ego, his sense of entitlement. He knows nothing. I know at least one person who is just like him when it comes to cutting off his nose to spite his face just to prove that he's right. Won't listen to nobody until he gets in a jam. And then he's scurrying, asking people to try to help him get out of a jam. Now he's open to other people's suggestions and opinions. But before that, he'll go out there and do anything. He'll make the most stupidest position, most stupidest decision. Take the most stupidest position on things. Get in a jam. He's one of the type of dudes who think he knows more than the experts. Like, let's say you're an expert in, I don't know, cosmetology. You're an expert in cosmetology. He gonna come and walk up to you and say, hey, yeah, if you do it like this. Let's say you know archaeology. That's just what you do. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do. He'll be trying to tell you how to do your job. And he'll have no expertise in it whatsoever. He'll just start trying to tell you how to do your job. I always thought that was really goofy. I thought that was stupid because you can't learn like that. If somebody's an expert at what they do. I'm saying an expert. I'm not even saying a professional. I'm saying an expert. If someone is an expert at what they do, why would I sit up there and try to argue with them about what they do? Why would I try to tell them how to do something? No, I'm not that big of a fool. The entire administration is unqualified, period. Even the people that was in the room, they were unqualified. This is insane. It's totally insane. The people that was in the room, they're unqualified. You say, well, they can't be that much unqualified. They at least they rescued him. Okay, it was a race. It was a race to rescue them, and they beat the Iranians to the pilots. So, okay, we'll give them a hand on that. Okay, but other than that, just the fact that they're over there lets me know that they're incompetent, because I wouldn't have went. You got to have some balls, man. You got to have some courage. You can't just be a do boy. You got do boys at the highest level. You got the do boys at the highest level in government. You got do boys who are senators and governors. They do boys for Trump. They ain't got no spine. Oh, they tough until Trump walks in the room. Ain't that something? Like, how you gonna bow down to another man? A man? He's not even a monster. I get it, man. Godzilla coming to the room is Godzilla, bro. We gonna have to back up. Just, you can shoot him, man. He ain't gonna fall. These little AR-15 bullets, man, they ain't doing nothing. Yeah, man. That's Godzilla. We don't want to mess with him. But we talking about a man. Like, no matter how big he is, he ain't gonna be taller than 8 feet. He ain't gonna be taller than 8 feet. He ain't gonna be heavier than 900 pounds. Half a ton, let's say a half a ton. He ain't gonna be bigger than a half a ton. He ain't gonna weigh more than a half a ton. That means something can happen to him. That means you got action. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.